So the primary target audience for the Christmas show are going to be people who are at college, so students, staff, age 16 up. So whilst our show isn't going to necessarily contain content that's inappropriate for younger audiences, our show is being held early in the afternoon on Tuesday the 14th of December, which means that any families that might want to come see the show are less likely to be able to, because maybe they're busy with work or siblings are in school elsewhere, so it's unlikely that people outside of college are going to be able to come see it unless they book in advance. I also know that as this is a Christmas show, our audience are going to expect that all pieces shown have strong ties to Christmas, its traditions and celebrations, even though we are holding close ties with societal issues and events, which is something that I'm going to have to bear in mind to make sure that we still keep that element of Christmas in our shows. With that being said as well, we also need to make sure that our show is accessible. So whilst I know that the show will be accessible for those in a wheelchair, say, as the theatre is on the ground floor and the seating in the theatre can accommodate wheelchair spaces, however, this show's not going to be as accessible for those who are maybe blind or deaf. And this is because, as far as I'm aware, we don't have access to a BSL interpreter or audio description, so that, or at least not in the time frame that we have to have everything sorted, which means it's not going to be an accessible show for people who are blind or deaf. However, this could be something that we look into in the future to make sure that we can cater our shows to as many people as possible. One thing to note though is that this show is a lot more financially accessible than the Horror Walk was, and this is because the tickets to the show itself are going to be free. However, we would be asking for a contribution through refreshments before the show. So this means that audience members don't need to spend more money on a ticket and can enjoy the show whilst only paying a small amount of money for their optional refreshments.